Race 34 is the War and Fire Stayers Handicaps over 2 miles and 5 furlongs under leaden skies. Top weight is Ruby Lane for John Morgan, Dawn Rising and Day by Day for David Hooley, Historian Classical Graham Clutterbuck, Clash of the Titans and Reichfall for Nick Driver, Layla Gray and Layla Hirsch for Matt Cooper, Simon Side and Star Delhi for Alex Cherry. 10 runners, a lot of trainers here with 2 horses. And away they go, and fairly even break at the start. They try and sort themselves out. It's Simon Side who just leads at the moment, trying to get across to the rail. Makes it across, so Simon Side it is for Alex Cherry. Historian Classical comes second, then on the rail we have Ruby Lane. The old timer Star Delhi in between those two, then comes Reichfall and Layla Gray. Behind that is Clash of the Titans, Day by Day and Dawn Rising, and Layla Hirsch just the back marker over on the far wide outside. But it's Simon Side who leads them, has about a 4-length lead over stablemate Star Delhi. Historian Classical is third, then comes Ruby Lane on the rail for John Morgan 4. Just on the outside of that one comes Layla Gray for Matt Cooper. In behind those is Dawn Rising and Reichfall. The other Nick Driver horse there is Clash of the Titans. Over on the far side is Layla Hirsch, and our back marker at the moment is Day by Day. So it's still Simon Side who leads the way. Has about a 6 or 7 length lead now, with just over 2 miles left to run. Star Delhi still in second, Historian Classical comes third, then Layla Gray 4, Ruby Lane 5 and Dawn Rising 6, Reichfall 7, Clash of the Titans 8, Day by Day is 9th, and Layla Hirsch just our back marker 10th and last. So it's Simon Side still leading from stablemate Star Delhi. The Grey Historian Classical on the outside comes next. Then on the inside of that one is Layla Gray, and with those two is Ruby Lane for John Morgan. Dawn Rising here on the inside on the rail with Reichfall on the outside of that. Then comes Day by Day. Layla Hirsch in the red colours on the wide outside, and Clash of the Titans now just our back marker for Nick Driver. But it's Simon Side who leads, still by about 6 or 7 lengths to stablemate Star Delhi. Ruby Lane is now third, just moving up on the outside of Star Delhi. We have 1.5 miles left to run, and Simon Side still leading the way. Star Delhi in second and Ruby Lane third. Historian Classical on the outside in 4. Then comes Layla Gray, just bunching up a little bit now behind that with Reichfall, Dawn Rising, Layla Hirsch, Day by Day and Clash of the Titans still just our back marker. But Simon Side still leading from Star Delhi. Ruby Lane comes next with Historian Classical on the outside for Graham Clutterbuck, winner of the last race, trying to make it a quick fire double. But it's Simon Side still leading the way. Star Delhi still in second on the rail. Ruby Lane just on the outside of that one with Historian Classical. Then comes Reichfall, Layla Hirsch and Layla Gray, the 2 Matt Cooper horses. Then comes Dawn Rising and Day by Day at the rear of the field for David Hooley. But it's Simon Side who leads, just over 1 mile to go as they pass the finishing post. 1 more circuit left to run. Simon Side still leading from Ruby Lane now, who's just gone second. Historic Classical is third. Star Delhi beginning to tire now on the rail, getting swamped by the other runners. Layla Hirsch, Clash of the Titans on the outside of that one. Then comes Reichfall, Dawn Rising, Day by Day, Layla Gray, just our back marker. But it's Simon Side who still leads. They're past the 7 furlong pole now. Ruby Lane is second. Historian Classical is third. Then comes Clash of the Titans, Layla Hirsch and Reichfall. All the way back now to Star Delhi, who's found his way to the back of the field. But it's stablemate Simon Side being challenged now by Ruby Lane. Ruby Lane moving up on the outside of our long-time leader, and Ruby Lane hits the front with 5.5 furlongs left to run. It's Ruby Lane from Simon Side. Then comes Clash of the Titans and Historian Classical. Layla Hirsch comes next. Then comes the 2 Dan Hooley horses, Dawn Rising and Day by Day getting closer. Reichfall and Layla Gray in behind those, and Star Delhi now getting tailed off at the rear of the field. But it's Ruby Lane who leads, just over 1/2 mile left to run. Historian Classical is second. Moving up on the outside now is Day by Day for David Hooley. But it's Ruby Lane leading with 3.5 furlongs left to run. Day by Day is second. Then comes Historian Classical and Clash of the Titans, Simon Side and Layla Hirsch. But it's Ruby Lane pushing out in front. Ruby Lane looking good with just over 2.5 furlongs left to run. Ruby Lane from Day by Day. Historian Classical is third, but Ruby Lane for John Morgan, leading by about 6 or 7 lengths. Day by Day in second. They're past the 2 furlong pole. Historian Classical's third. Clash of the Titans 4. But Ruby Lane is really putting them all to the sword here. Ruby Lane with just over a furlong left to run. Ruby Lane from Day by Day. Day by Day trying to get on terms as they inside the final furlong, but it's Ruby Lane from Day by Day. Ruby Lane with half a furlong left to run, slowly being caught by Day by Day. Day by Day getting closer, but Ruby Lane is just going to get to the post in time. Ruby Lane from Day by Day. Clash of the Titans third. Then comes Historian Classical and Dawn Rising all the way back to Star Delhi at the rear of the field. But Ruby Lane winning that one for John Morgan, getting the 10 points. David Hooley's Day by Day tried to close the gap inside that final furlong but couldn't get there. Clash of the Titans came third, and looks like it was Graham Clutterbuck in fourth. So Ruby Lane for John Morgan with the 10 points. Day by Day for David Hooley in second. Clash of the Titans for Nick Driver in third. Historian Classical it was for Graham Clutterbuck in fourth. And Dawn Rising picks up the final point for David Hooley in fifth.